Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of MPWF Underground. It is episode 13, and this is the final Underground for 2024, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the road to Survivor Series, and what a night of action we have for you. Cane Nite competes in a handicap matchup to earn a right to face Charlie G for the Underground title next episode. Our rivalry continues between Reese, Bobby, and Greg James as they finally square off. And how about what we're seeing on our screen right here tonight, the main event for the MPWF World Tag Team Championships as a part of the Annihilation brand. The legendary team, the Young Ones, will challenge the Beautiful Angels, Jason Holiday and Beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle in a no disqualification match in our main event. So much still to come here on a massive, jam-packed action of MPWF Underground. And again, my name is Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood. And again, thank you for tuning in to MPWF Action. We appreciate the support, we appreciate the views, we appreciate the subscribers. At the count of this video, ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 subscribers away from 500, and for that, ladies and gentlemen, I will be forever grateful. But as of right now, we move into our opening contest of the evening, and what a matchup it is. Like I said, it's going to be a big Underground here, a massive show before the end of the year. What a successful year 2024 has been for the MPWF. And I mean, what a successful year it's been for some of the superstars here in the MPWF. A lot of the men and women have been fighting their way to the top of the brand, and we're going to showcase that as the Christmas week goes on, as we're going to see on the MPWF Champion page some of the best matches in the MPWF all year. But right now, the Young Goats make their way to the ring. 3God and Kaz Michaels, a young, growing tag team on MPWF Raw. Separate tag team action here tonight. And also, as I'm doing all the thanks and congratulations as the show goes on, thank you for the last episode for Underground. Episode 12 was the most watched episode of MPWF Underground in history. So again, thank you for that, guys. But like I said, we said it was going to be big tonight. And who would have thought that these two men would be competing on MPWF Underground? And that, folks, is why you need to stay tuned for all MPWF shows. War, Annihilation, because you don't know who's going to turn up, and you don't know how big it's going to be. But what we have next is a former MPWF World Champion, a former Cruiserweight Champion in the midst. Ladies and gentlemen, the Future Foundation, Lethal Mathematics, the man of tomorrow with the gadgets to win today, and Kid Vizier himself, Hector Rodriguez, set for tag team action here on MPWF Underground. These guys are rebounding off of the matchup at WrestleMania, and again, if you haven't seen WrestleMania, it's up right now on our MPWF Wrestling channel on YouTube. What an event it was, but the Future Foundation challenged the Blood Brothers for the CAW World Tag Team Championships in one of the best tag team matches all year. Unfortunately for the Future Foundation, they came up short. But again, the speech they had afterwards, and we're going to talk about that as this match goes along. But the thing here is to never give up, folks. I know no matter how difficult it is, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how strenuous it may seem, if you never give up, you will come out on the other side. And that's what the Future Foundation has been preaching. They haven't complained, they haven't whined. They've been wrestling on every show that they can, with every house show to pick up victories to earn a shot at the CAW World Tag Team titles. And you know for a fact the Future Foundation is going to be paying attention to the buy-in show, as the Blood Brothers will be defending the tag team titles against Maximum Rage on that show. And I know that the Future Foundation would love to get dibs on the next shot at the CAW World Tag Team titles. But they got a hell of a challenge for them here. And we're not going to underestimate the Young Goats at all. We've seen how impressive they've been, especially on this show Underground. And in fact, I'd like to see the Young Goats a little bit more on MPWF War in 2025. You know, we talked about with Survivor Series coming up, with War Games, and what the ramifications of War Games will be. Regardless to what happens at the end of War Games, a new era of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation will commence, folks. We will see brand new action, some brand new superstars, brand new decision making, regardless to what takes place in War Games. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Mason Gray, the evil tyrant leader of the MPWF, will be leading a team to battle his sister, who seems to be the nice, well-mannered, thoughtful member of her family. In a War Games matchup, if Team Meredith wins, Mason Gray is gone from the MPWF and loses his booking power. If Meredith Gray loses, she gives up her 50% control of the MPWF, and every aspect of the company is under the control of Mason Gray. And like I said, the reason I mentioned that here in this matchup at the beginning of Underground is because that will affect everything here in the MPWF as Lethal Mathematics makes his way to the ring, and a double drop kick there by the Future Foundation. And you hear by the ovation, Lethal Mathematics, one of the most respected wrestlers in MPWF history. And whenever we hear from fans talking about loving to see their core or see themselves in the MPWF, Lethal Mathematics is the guy that the majority want to see their plain person face. But again, Lethal Mathematics has been in the tag team division as of late with his best friend there. Look at that, Kaz Michaels taking the shot here on Lethal Mathematics. And again, some fans booing that, but the Young Goats know how important this matchup. I'll talk about the relationship between Lethal Mathematics and Rodriguez in a second. But for the Young Goats, Kaz Michaels and 3God, this matchup is huge. If they could defeat the Future Foundation, hell, they pinned Lethal Mathematics, they would have pinned a former multi-time world champion, and that would really rise their stock here on MPWF War. As a double hip lock takeover there by both men. Kaz Michaels, former NCAA champion, competing in that 150, 160 pound range in college, obviously bulked up for core wrestling. Has been impressive. A former tag team champion is Kaz Michaels. 3God is yet to win a championship in the MPWF. And they want that to be the tag team titles, as Kaz Michaels now has Lethal Mathematics up here, and look at that right there. Chaos Theory, German suplex by Kaz Michaels, bringing the heat right in this matchup, and that's something that the Future Foundation has to think about. The Young Goats, this is WrestleMania for them. This is the biggest match of their careers against the Future Foundation. They've got to bring it all here in this match. And not to mention, they had a taste of the Future Foundation in Tag Team Turmoil before WrestleMania. So you know that when this matchup was announced, that Kaz and 3God made sure that they studied up and prepared for a team as good as the Future Foundation. It's 3God now going after that leg there of Lethal Mathematics. So both Lethal and Rodriguez, experienced but younger competitors in the MPWF, part of the Young Triumvirate, including their other former teammate Ryan Sparks, who will be competing in Survivor Series as well. And we saw Ryan Sparks on Underground last episode. He'll meet Jamie Emo in a matchup at MPWF Survivor Series. And again, like I said, what an event that's going to be. But that's the kind of caliber talent that the Future Foundation has been around. And Kaz Michaels showing his talent there with that drop kick off the top rope. And he's got Lethal Mathematics on the rocks here, folks. But Lethal fights back with that boot to the face here. And that sling blade there by Lethal Mathematics. And it makes the tag to Hector Rodriguez. Now Rodriguez has been through a bit of an identity crisis. Rodriguez has lost his confidence in the ring. We started to see a little bit of it come back at WrestleMania, but it was shaken again when they lost to the Blood Brother. It was Rodriguez that took the pin. And again for Rodriguez has not won a championship since the Hardcore title in 2021, and wants to get back to championship gold, and especially because of Future Foundation, even though they were split for apart due to the MPWF draft. The Future Foundation has Rodriguez through the ropes there with that diving DDT, taking down Kaz Michaels, showing the caliber and talent level that he has in the ring. He just has to believe in himself. What I'm saying is that the Future Foundation have tried to get the tag team titles for a while, and it has not worked out for them. And that's where that mantra of never give up comes into the Future Foundation. A lot of people have said, why don't you guys just go your separate ways? Lethal right now could be #1 contender for the CAW World Heavyweight Championship. Let's face it, Lethal could be challenging for the North American title, and it could be in some big money profile matchup at a big event like Survivor Series. But he's teaming here with Rodriguez. They're best friends, and they want the accolade of the tag team titles, the richest tag team titles in all of core wrestling, to become the world champions of tag team wrestling. And now Kaz Michaels, though, like I said, he has been on one here tonight. Kaz Michaels has been in his bag. He has been, I don't know, any other Gen Z phrase you can think of that means good. That's what Kaz Michaels has been here tonight. As he now right hand there by 3God. And 3God has Rodriguez. And look at that modified moves there. And again, you can always count on young stars in the MPWF to come up with brand new moves that I have no idea what to call them. I don't even know how it comes through their head, how they think about these moves as Rodriguez gets the roll up here. The small package, some call it the inside cradle and a kick out. You know, but it makes late night commentary for MPWF Underground all the more fun, ladies and gentlemen, because as I always tell you, whenever DJ commentates this show, it is late at night. And now look at this, into the ropes. or into the turnbuckle, as I should say, as now the Future Foundation back in control, and this is not what the Young Goats want here. And now look at this double team offense here. Oh my goodness, what a senton splash that was. Now Lethal Mathematics on the top rope with 3-guard. Trying to fight back here. Now Lethal there with a crossbody and 3-guard. Ain't gonna stop that big 250, 60-pound man coming off the top rope. And Kaz Michaels wisely breaking up the count there. Now Lethal getting a little frustrated with Kaz Michaels so far in this matchup. And now Lethal, wait a minute, on the top rope. And I think he was going after Kaz Michaels there. Oh, what a super kick. My boy looking like Shelton Benjamin with them kicks here to 3-guard. As now Lethal went for that strike, but no. 3-guard reversed it, springboard across body this time by 3-guard. Now hooking the leg here on Lethal. And oh, what a kick out here. So what a matchup this is, our opening fight of MPWF Underground. We've still got a lot to come here tonight. And I went for that rolling kick. Lethal moved out the way though. And now Lethal with that right hand here, looking for that basic addition, but no, Kaz Michaels moves out the way. A reversal there by Lethal Mathematics, and Lethal now going for the Evolution of Man, and he hits it! Evolution of Man here, one of his big time finishing maneuvers on Kaz Michaels. And now wait a second, Lethal not going for the cover here. Now wait a minute, oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this before, springboard, oh my gosh! Well, they are ragtagging that boy Kaz Michaels right now. And here comes Hector Rodriguez now. Are we going to see the 630 here on the MPWF Underground? The 630 here by Rodriguez, and that is amazing, folks. That is amazing, and that is all she wrote. And oh, hang on a minute though. Kaz Michaels is getting decimated, but I want to note something there. I talked before about the confidence issues of Rodriguez. Rodriguez, after 3 finishes, didn't go for the pinfall. Allows Lethal to hit the Phoenix Star Splash off the top rope and get the pinfall for the Future Foundation here tonight. And a huge and emphatic victory there for the Future Foundation. But again, all the credit in the world to the Young Ghost 3-guard and Kaz Michaels in that matchup. They were on point. They were on game. They knew what they needed to do, and they tried to execute it to the best of their ability. But we're talking about 2 of the very best wrestlers on MPWF War. And not just War, not just the MPWF, but all of Pro Wrestling. But that is a huge victory to build to the momentum for those tag team championships for the Future Foundation. I said it. Look, if that's the way we're kicking off Underground, that's a preview of what is to come tonight. I'll tell you that right now. But look at this here. Kaz Michaels on standing. I don't even know how. That he took like 6 finishes there. But now Lethal saying, keep your head up. Your boys did good. That fight was good. When the time is right, we'll meet back in the ring, and the CAW World Tag Team titles will be on the line. So there you see, folks, the Future Foundation giving respect to the Young Goats. And like I said, the future is bright here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Those 2 men ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. They faced 2 of the best and put on a hell of a matchup here on Underground. Kaz Michaels now, and 3-guard gonna leave, but they're gonna have their heads held high. Like I said, the sky is the limit for these 2 men. And Lethal says now, continuing that tag team title train of thought, I think the Future Foundation are ready for the CAW World Tag Team titles. We've worked out the kinks, so they're ready for the challenge. We aren't going to keep you waiting. We're going to challenge the winners of the Blood Brothers and Maximum Rage title match at the Survivor Series buy-in show. We will be there live in Atlanta, folks. So you heard it there. Lethal Mathematics and Hector Rodriguez are going to be there live in Atlanta, and they're going to challenge whoever wins the tag team title matchup. Huge, folks. Huge. And I said that was amazing. And we said still to come on Underground, we got another tag team matchup, our main event, no disqualification. And there's a lot going into this one, folks. I tell you that right now. And we might even be taking a look at some footage here. I think my notes are correct to see what in the hell happened on Annihilation that has extenuated this situation even further, folks. Nope, just kidding. Wrong time. Late. MPWF. My notes were incorrect, folks. Don't get me to segue into anything at all. Because, yeah, that was atrocious. But the action continues here on MPWF Underground. This is about having fun. Again, for all the MPWF fans that are watching this right now, remember to comment in the comment section below. Remember to share And tell your friends to subscribe and share as well. I read every single comment and will comment on every single comment. So if you want your voice to be heard, let me know. But we move into things from the Annihilation brand for our next matchup here on MPWF Underground. And this is another one that's been a long time coming. And like I said, this is the final show of the year for MPWF Underground for 2024. So, you know, we're going to be wrapping some stuff up here. Wrapping it up like a Christmas present, folks. As here comes John Smith and the Savage Weight Shane Riley representing Team Bloodshed. And I mean, that's certainly a Christmas present I want to get from these guys, because anything they got wrapped up includes a fist and some form of multiple Muay Thai mutilation submission thing that they got going on here, folks. But their leader is Klaus, and John Smith, the newest recruit of Team Bloodshed, has been training with them. We saw a part of that training when Klaus dropped John Smith on his head, which might make this not good for him tonight in this matchup. But again, it is about no pain, never surrender, and suffering, folks. Every villainous karate movie you could think of, or karate team you could think of from the 80s, that is literally the mantra of Team Bloodshed. Except added like 10 times worse. But John Smith, who, funny enough for people now watching, used to be a part of a tag team with Kaz Michaels, who we saw earlier, part of the Varsity Club, one of my favorite teams in MPWF history. But he's going to be competing against a man who they honestly might have had one of the best matches on MPWF Underground this year. Him and Scorpion Zinder. And Scorpion Zinder and John Smith have gone two separate ways since that matchup. They were both in a situation where honestly they were fighting for their careers here in the MPWF. They were at a point where they could have been fired and released from the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, and they put on an absolute banger of a match between each other. But Scorpion Zinder still being a good guy, towing that line, and John Smith surrendering himself to Team Bloodshed has gone a separate route. And on our last episode, John Smith said, the next time we meet, there will be no friends. I have to beat you to move forward in Team Bloodshed, and that's what this one is all about here from the Annihilation brand. So here we go. And again, I don't know if we're going to see the incredible style wrestling matchup that we saw last time between these two. John Smith certainly more vicious. You see they're opening that matchup with the drop kick. And now, look at that, going right below the belt already. And you have to. You can't wrestle or play nice as a part of Team Bloodshed. You know, something that was interesting here, though. Angel Ortiz, who Klaus is going to be facing Angel Ortiz at Survivor Series. Angel Ortiz, who is the other half of, well, no longer Team Bloodshed, but Team Bloodshed. Let's go in the history of Team Bloodshed. That's what we're going to talk about in this matchup right now, folks. Team Bloodshed started with Ivan Volkov, who's another sick son of a bitch. And he, with Helga, who's also one half of the women's tag team champions right now, have been training people since we were off from the MPWF in 2014. And they created the Enigma, Sub-Zero, Angel Ramirez Ortiz, the baddest man on the planet. And in secret, Ivan Volkov was training up the Scorpion Klaus. And now the two sons of Team Bloodshed have been going at it. Klaus tried to break Angel Ortiz's neck, put him out of action for over 8 to 9 months. And now, Ortiz has returned and they're going to fight each other at MPWF Survivor Series. But Ortiz talked about wanting to create his own team, his own version of Team Bloodshed, which would be a lot different. And I gotta wonder, would someone like Scorpion Zinder be a good fit for Angel Ortiz's team? Now, the training ain't gonna be easy, folks. It's not gonna be sunshine and roses compared to Team Bloodshed. It might just be as much no surrender, all suffering, minus the attempted murder and assault that Klaus does to his students, you know. But again, it's the story of wrestling, folks. Good versus evil. You know, as I'm just waffling on commentary right now, people wondering what on earth is he talking about. But this is wrestling's about good versus evil, and that's what we're seeing right now. Scorpion's in representing the good, and he's been distracted by the evil and the Savage Weight Shane Riley. And John Smith has gone to the evil side to try and move himself up the core wrestling ladder, up the Annihilation ladder. Yet we have the MPWF Tag Team titles will be on the line later tonight. But you know for a fact that beautiful Hurricanrana by Scorpion Zinder, that Team Bloodshed would love to get at them tag team titles. Would love to move themselves up there. Scorpion Zinder will love to get a shot at Zero Limits Championship. Again, there's a Blue Thunder bomb by Scorpion Zinder on John Smith with the cover and a kick out there. And he said that's what everything in core wrestling is about, is fighting for momentum, momentum, momentum. Okay, that's the only way you can move forward in life, is by gaining that momentum. And Zinder then will fire it off with that huge momentum and that dive on top of John Smith. You know, these men are just fighting about how's the best way to go about it. You know, are your light side or your dark side, right? Like, that's what this is all about. And Zinder now on the top rope. And now Zinder off the top rope with an elbow right to the spine there of John Smith. And Zinder not stopping, he go right back to the top rope again. John Smith now slowly getting to his feet. Says Scorpion Zinder is no slouch in the ring, and John Smith has experienced that. And look at Zinder, he's working on that back. He's gonna wear down that back there at John Smith. And now Smith sending to the buckle. Zinder now, an elbow right to the face. And now look at this double leg takedown. And now look at these strikes here by John Smith. Violent strikes there. And again, John Smith is a former NCAA champion, but you didn't learn that in the NCAA, I'll tell you that right now. And John Smith throwing Scorpion Zinder into the turnbuckle. Since Smith has had his fair share of having to fight back in his career. Coming out of high school, John Smith didn't have the greatest grade point average, had to start Division III, had to earn himself, get his grades up, move up to Division I, and become the NCAA champion. And he did that. He came to the MPWF, became tag team champions as a part of the varsity club, but then fell short. Now he's with Team Bloodshed. He's looking to move to that next point in his life and of his career, as he has that stretch muffler applied there on Scorpion Zinder. And look at the pain that Scorpion Zinder is in. Look at the torque that John Smith is putting on that knee right now. But Zinder, though, fights back out here with these right hands. Look at this, rapid fire. And again, you don't want that MCL, PCL to tear off. As Zinder now knocking down John Smith. And now Zinder throwing John Smith into the buckle. And what a kick to the face there by Scorpion Zinder. And Zinder now, what is he going for here? And oh my goodness, Scorpion Zinder with a standing 450 splash, folks. The level of athleticism that Scorpion Zinder possesses is incredible. And John Smith just gets the shoulder up. When we talk about John Smith, Scorpion Zinder, on the other hand, has been wrestling since high school. Has been homeless, fighting as an independent wrestler to make it here in the MPWF. And his best accolades is he's been a former tag team champion and making it far in the Cruiserweight Classic. For Scorpion Zinder, that's not enough. And now Zinder there with the roll-up with the inside cradle here on John Smith with a cover. 2. Scorpion Zinder gets it. And Shane Riley just shakes his head. John Smith with his eye off the ball for 1 second, and Scorpion Zinder rolled him up, folks. I think John Smith was worn down from that 450 splash. I think even though he was able to get the shoulder up from it, that's what did most of the damage there. And Scorpion Zinder able to hold that roll up. And there's no way John Smith could kick out, and that is not going to be good for John Smith. It might be some whipping time here in Team Bloodshed after that. I'll tell you that right now, folks. That is an unfortunate situation there for Smith. But now we're going to be taking a look at the footage I was telling you about. Right thing there to Jason Holliday. What are they going to do about it? Wait a minute! Joey Martin Kyle with a right-hander and KK Crime, the son of a you-know-what. Assaulting the general manager. Look at this here. Disgusted by the beautiful angels. Whining and pouting, and now, oh my goodness, taking out the general manager of Annihilation with known health problems. With known health problems. Because they're arrogant, because they're deluded, despicable. What we just witnessed here, folks. Now look at who we're with. The beautiful angels, the MPWF Tag Team Champions. Ben Rich says, Jason, Ben, I think the whole, Bobby's what he meant to say, I think the whole world deserves an explanation as to why you attacked KK Crown on Annihilation, especially seeing as you will be defending the MPWF Tag Team titles in the main event tonight. I want to reiterate, Bobby Martin Collins said a Ben there, that was a typo. But Jason Holiday said, explanation. I thought we were very clear on Annihilation. This whole brand should have been built around the two of us. It said the Cypher, T-Dot, and Klaus are being lauded as the future. They're given chances most of us would dream of. I pinned Helios Christ to win the MPWF Tag Team titles, and instead we're stuck on the second-rate job guy show defending our titles in an ODQ match against a team we've already beaten twice. Quam is a sham. Well, at least Jason Holiday can rhyme, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I think this is arrogance beyond. And now Bobby Martin Carlos says Jason's 100% right. We should be swimming in gold. Why haven't I gotten a Zero Limits title match after my WrestleMania performance? Why has Jason not gotten a YouTube title match? Quam picks his favorites, but we're going to rise above it like we always do. We're the tag team champions for a reason, and the young ones are past their prime. We can't wait for Mason Gray to take over the MPWF and turn this into a better wrestling promotion. Well, I mean, the Beautiful Angels believe they have all the answers, but again, when push comes to shove, it's about what you do in the ring. And speaking of the ring, it's Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. And congratulations to Chelsea Green, by the way, on becoming the first ever United States Women's Champion. But she says last episode of Underground, myself, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven made our MPWF debuts. And let's just say it was a little unfair. We were given a level 5 task on our first day at a new job. We didn't have enough time to prepare for Nightmare Fuel. But I spoke to the general manager while he was sitting in a hospital bed, email of course, and he was giving us another shot and assured us that we aren't facing Nightmare Fuel. So DJ, play that music and let's see who we are beating. Well, there you have it, folks. An open challenge here by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven trying to appear in the MPWF. And like I said, MPWF is about open opportunity. Anyone can show up, anyone can fight. That's what this league is about. The question is, can you bring the pain? And speaking of bringing the pain, what we saw at the end of our previous episode, the union officially between Ashanti Capoeira and Bahara Kadia. I named them the Strike Force of the MPWF, and that is their new tag team name, Strike Force, representing MPWF 4, and we are going to see them together for the first time here tonight. And my lord, folks, do they look great. This is a young new tag team in the women's tag team division, and they're going to look to be impressive here tonight. Bahara Kadia, the former Underground Women's Champion. Ashanti Capoeira yet to win championship gold in the MPWF, but they have been at it against the ATL. And finally, Bahara Kadia, getting somebody to have her back since leaving the Bad Girls Club in the World Wrestling Future. This should make for an interesting matchup coming up next year on Underground. Here we go. Chelsea Green says they were unfair the last episode, and quite frankly, they faced Nightmare Fuel. And I mentioned Helga earlier. They faced Helga and Ingrid. And yeah, that is kind of unfair in your first matchup. But I don't know if Ashanti Capoeira and Bahara Kadia are going to be any better. These two certainly ain't no slouches in the ring. Ashanti Capoeira is a dream come true in the MPWF. She's literally living the wrestler's dream. Coming up as an extra and then earning her way, impressing MPWF management enough to putting her on the main roster. She's been trying to make her way ever since, and maybe this union with Bahara Kadia will be it. Like I said, I like the look. I think Strike Force looks good. And again, I can't wait to see them more frequently on MPWF War. Coming in here into 2025, a brand new year, brand new opportunities, folks. I said new year, new me, new year, new MPWF. That's what we're going to see. Nice takedown there by the Strike Force here of MPWF War. And now Piper Niven coming into the ring. And Piper Niven, this is Ashanti Capoeira not paying attention. Got taken down by that clothesline. And again, Ashanti Capoeira and Bahara Kadia going to have to work out some kinks here tonight. And now look at that right there, throwing that weight behind. The weight on Ashanti Capoeira, as I should say. Late night for sure, folks. Now look at the power and strength here of Piper Niven. Throwing in Bahara Kadia and a drop kick to the back of her. And now look at this takedown. Piper Niven on fire here. And Piper Niven took that elevated 3D last episode. Now wants to make up for it. You know, we've talked about before how it's not just CAWs that have been a part of the MPWF. Like I said, anyone can show up, anyone can fight, anybody can come here and prove themselves. And I said I respect Chelsea Green and Piper Niven for coming back again. Not a lot of people come back more than once to the MPWF, so again, big respect. And now double backdrop there to Ashanti Capoeira. And Chelsea Green now forearm to the face there of Ashanti, and she kicks out. So Chelsea Green has been really successful recently. I mentioned earlier, the first ever WWE Women's United States Champion. And now, wait a second here, I was going to say she was getting cheered by the MPWF fans, but not after you do stuff like that. putting her boots right there on the locks of Ashanti and stretching them out, trying to rip them right out the roots of her head. And I'm Piper Niven back in, and again, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are working well here tonight. I love this back and forth tag team wrestling going on. Frequent tags, keeping Ashanti Capoeira to the best of their ability on their half of the ring. Oh, there's an X Factor there by Piper Niven. And Niven has Ashanti Capoeira up. And now, wait a minute, what is this here? Oh, a backbreaker. Ashanti desperately needs to make the tag. Piper Niven saying she's in control. And Ashanti makes the tag to Bahara, whilst Chelsea Green gets in the ring on the other side. And oh, there's a clothesline there by CAW. Second generation superstars Bahara CAW, former World Wrestling Future Women's Champion, former MPWF Women's Underground Champion. Bahara CAW has already been impressive here in the MPWF in her young career. Not even at the age of 25 yet, folks, as she now takes down there Chelsea Green, meaning Bahara CAW is going to be a stalwart of this division for a long time coming. And what a splash off the top rope. Huge impact there by CAW. Two, and a kick out there by Chelsea Green. Could have been a breakup by Piper Niven. You can take it the way you see it, have it the way you want it. And now CAW with that right hand, and now knocks Piper Niven off the apron. And like I said, you know these women impressing in this division, currently being run by Yushihari Atari, as Atari will be defending the CAW Women's World title against, what the hell happened to referee? She'll be defending the Women's World title against Carmella Carmichael at Survivor Series. And at the buy-in show, we're going to see a TLC 6-woman tag team pinfall match, as it will be Nightmare Fuel and Lady Izanami versus the Forgotten. What a fight that's going to be. But Chelsea Green going to go for the Unpretty Her, and she hits it. The Unpretty Her of Bahara CAW, and that could be it. A huge victory for Green and Niven, and no, Bahara CAW kicks out. Bahara CAW fighting back here now, going after that knee there, Chelsea Green. And CAW throwing Green into the bucket. Crowd here in the MPWF arena loving this action. And oh, wait a minute, what is this? Wait, both women measuring her, and oh my gosh, you want to talk about Strike Force. You want to talk about Strike Force. That was a double dragon there by Ashanti Capoeira and Bahara CAW. Northern Light suplex. And now Ashanti Capoeira with that kick, folks. With that KO kick. With that KO kick to Chelsea Green. 2-3, and a victory for Strike Force here tonight. MPWF Underground didn't end the way that Bahara CAW won last episode when Six defeated her for the championship. But what a rebound here for Strike Force. So this is a hell of a matchup that we saw here in the women's tag team division. And I hope this isn't the end of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven here in the MPWF. They were impressive here tonight, but working out them kinks does Strike Force, and they pick up the win here. Like I said, it's just one win at a time, as Strike Force can end up with that shot at the MPWF Women's World Tag Team Championships. Now, wait, speaking of champion, the brand new Underground Women's Champion, due to controversial Need 6, as she says, look at the two of you celebrating finally being at the bottom of the barrel together. We're taking a well-deserved break in Atlanta because I am the Underground Women's Champion. And Bahara, Ashanti, you can watch as the ATL go on to become the MPWF Women's Tag Team Champions. I proved last episode that we get the job done, and that's how it will always be. Now let's not forget that Six cheated to beat Bahara CAW to become the Underground Women's Champion, but she does have the title and does have the ability to cash that belt in at a divisional title. And what B says, you see, with the Underground Women's title, we can do whatever the hell we want. We can challenge for the titles with or without a stipulation because we are that damn good. It's high time we head back to the MPWF War and put everyone on notice once again. And we're going to start at Survivor Series. We won't say when and we won't say where, but believe the ATL is going to return home at Survivor Series. And we're going to be live in Atlanta, Georgia, folks. And you know that the ATL is going to be there and representing. But folks, we're going to be taking a look at some footage here that was... wait a minute, continuing the disturbing nature of what CJ Parker did to the Cypher. And Parker now with the burning hammer on the Cypher. Right back on that head and eye. And CJ Parker now gonna hook the leg here on the YouTube champion. This may be it. And it is. And it is, folks. Oh man, this crowd's going a little bit silent there, folks. The Cypher was not ready for this battle with CJ Parker, and now Parker officially has a pinfall over the YouTube champion. The Cypher fought in this matchup because he's a man. Look at what he did to Parker. As hurt as he is, look at the condition that Parker is in. This wasn't no damn walk in the park. But CJ Parker just got the pinfall over the Cypher. And now, what the hell is this? Parker now going after the Cypher whilst he's trying to collect his bearings there on the floor. CJ Parker is a disrespectful son of a bitch, folks. Put it in the swear jar. I know I'm not supposed to cuss. I know I'm not supposed to swear here. And if you're watching this with your family, I apologize. But there ain't no other way to describe CJ Parker. And a Parker there with a chair shot. And the official needs to stop this here. The Cypher is already in bad enough condition as it is, and now another one to the back of the head. CJ Parker is going to rot in hell for what he's doing to the Cypher here tonight. Disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. And now, wait a second, CJ Parker has the Cypher up again in that burning hammer. And now, wait a second, a boom on the chair. The burning hammer on the steel chair. And the chair sliding down the mat away from the Cypher. And so you saw there, folks, CJ Parker's despicable actions continuing the assault on the Cypher. His eye is ruined. The concussion is awful. And what the hell is this? CJ Parker is not the YouTube champion. He did not defeat the Cypher for the YouTube title, but what is he making his way to the ring with, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, that looks like the YouTube championship, but that is not the Cypher's YouTube title, and I've been told at this time that the Cypher has not been stripped of his championship at all. So I have no idea why CJ Parker is making his way to the ring with his title. It's almost as if Kevin Owens stole this idea from CJ Parker and is taking a championship with him. As Parker is making his way to the ring with that with a YouTube championship, or we should say with that YouTube title. And I hope we get an explanation of this here tonight on Underground. I wasn't expecting to see CJ Parker here tonight. I knew that we were going to show footage of what happened on Annihilation. Parker nursing wounds of his own. The Cypher tried to get some retribution back. And again, surprisingly, it's going to be CJ Parker versus the Cypher's brother, Romeo, at Survivor Series. And I don't know how that's going to go for Romeo at all. He just started wrestling. And CJ Parker, you know, regardless of what he's got on his t-shirt, he is one of the best in the world. Let's face it. But again, I don't know what this championship is all about. I don't know what's going on in that sick, psychotic mind of CJ Parker. He is an unhinged individual, folks. Sigmund Freud could work out what was going on in that brain. And Parker says, before I address the footage that you just saw, allow me to address the elephant in the room first. I bet you're all wondering, why do I have a version of the YouTube Championship? It's quite simple. I am the YouTube Champion. I am this division. This title does not exist in its glory without CJ Parker. On Annihilation, I pinned the YouTube Champion of Cypher. Had he not been a coward, I would be the champion. I mean, the Cypher beat CJ Parker cleanly at WrestleMania, folks. And then Parker threw him through 3 windows 2 episodes ago. And then the Cypher, through Valiance, fought Parker last episode. So I just want to put that out there. And Parker says, let's face it, the Cypher is going to be out of action for a long time. Why wait for him to return or do some long-winded tournament to crown a new champion when the man that pinned the Cypher is standing right in front of you? He is nothing special. He's not worth the investment. One little hardship and he's crying wearing an eye patch and mentioning to commentary about CTE. Pathetic. So I, CJ Parker, the best wrestler in the world, I'm also the self-proclaimed YouTube champion, and no one can do anything about it. And I hate to agree with Parker, but I don't know if anyone can, folks. He is naming himself the YouTube champion, but it is not official in any term whatsoever. He says, now to address Survivor Series. I've been challenged by a wrestler in training to a match. This is a complete waste of my time. but I don't accept the match for a few reasons. One, to further embarrass the Cypher and do what Big C couldn't do to his family. Who's Big C anyways? What in love and hip-hop is that all about? Two, this is to address something that Lil Romeo said on Annihilation. He said that I've never suffered the consequences of my actions. And I think Romeo was right. I don't think Parker has suffered the consequences of his actions. Parker says, of course I don't. I'm the best in the world. For far too long I accepted mediocrity in the MPWF, and in 2021 I finally said screw it and became the best ever. The only people to suffer consequences are the ones that have crossed me, and a Survivor Series will remain that way. Romeo, when I broke your arm, it wasn't personal. I was just trying to get in your brother's head. However, at Survivor Series, I'm going to make an example out of you, kid. So look at the integrity of CJ Parker talking about breaking a kid's arm. And he's going to do even worse at Survivor Series. He says Annihilation is my show. The YouTube Championship is my title and division. No one can stop me. I'm the real YouTube champion. Cypher, you're a flash in the pan. Get a job in sales or coding because your career is over. At a Survivor Series, your brother could join you in the mud. Parker out. CJ Parker, folks. CJ Parker. Saying his final word before Survivor Series, before he takes on Romeo in action. And again, I don't think it's going to end well for Romeo, but CJ Parker becoming the self-proclaimed YouTube champion. He did defeat the Cypher, but the title wasn't on the line. That doesn't make you the champion. CJ Parker is nothing more than a delusional, egotistical fraud, ladies and gentlemen. And one day soon, when the Cypher is healthy, he is going to be back, and he is going to put boots to ass to CJ Parker. You can mark my words on that, folks.
Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it.
Welcome back to Annihilation, folks. As you saw there, the intro for MPWF Annihilation, but we're going to be moving to the Raw brand, that I should say. As we have singles competition coming up next here on Underground. And introducing first is Matt Natural. And by the outfit, you can tell this guy's straight douchebag. There ain't no other way to put it. Matt Natural, if you've never seen him before, is one of the most difficult individuals to deal with. He's coming up a really rough 2024, to be honest. He almost won $500,000 in the WrestleMania Championship WrestleMania, but was thwarted by Tora. And then they face each other on MPWF War, and Tora whipped this poor boy's ass, folks. There ain't no other way to put it. I can't soften the blow for Matt Natural anymore, but he's here on Underground competing. He got himself a brand new jacket, so he decided that $500,000 he did get him, he's going to spend on his jacket. And he's looking to pick up a victory here on MPWF Underground. And hopefully 2025 will be a better year for Matt Natural. At least hopefully for him. Yeah, I think the MPWF fans are content with where Matt Natural is in his career. But Matt Natural, he wants to move up the singles ranks. And again, this is where to do it. This is the proving grounds of the MPWF. But my goodness, folks, it ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be easy with his opponent right here tonight. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Dark Phoenix of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, Phoenix Oscuro. One of the most high-octane, one of the most interesting, one of the most fascinating, one of the best cruiserweights the MPWF has ever seen. Another man that's looking to rebound in a victory here after losing to Chris Champ in that North American title match. Now speaking of that, Chris Champ will be defending North American title against Lamar Goldman at Survivor Series. I gotta make sure I get the quick plugs in to a Survivor Series or upcoming quick per view. But Oscuro tonight here, slightly new look, which is good to see, to battle Mac Natural here on MPWF Underground. One of the best entrances, one of the best theme songs, silenced by Earthbound. I love this guy, Phoenix Oscuro. I'm telling you right now, this is one of my favorite wrestlers in the MPWF. And I would love to see Phoenix Oscuro with a solid 2025. But it all starts now. It all starts now. Again, at this time, remember to follow us on YouTube at MPWF Wrestling, on Twitter/X at MPWF2013, as well as follow us on Instagram at MPWF Forever, and for special MPWF action, the MPWF Chairman page on YouTube. We got lots of channels, lots of information coming out, lots of videos to put out here over the Christmas break for the MPWF fans to keep up with the Major Pain Wrestling Federation as a thank you. As well as, again, we're almost at 500 subscribers. Like I said, that means bigger things for the MPWF. That means we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, which is huge. And huge just like the chest and bicep of Mac Natural as he used that power there on Phoenix Oscuro. And this is going to be not a battle of David and Goliath, but a battle of strength versus speed here. Phoenix Oscuro is he's a built individual himself. I mean, he might be under 205 pounds, but he is solid, ladies and gentlemen, so we're not taking that away from him. But Mac Natural, a former bodybuilder, a very powerful individual, is going to be using that to his advantage. Mac Natural, a multi-time World Tag Team Champion. Phoenix Oscuro, a multi-time Cruiserweight Champion in the MPWF. So both men looking for what's next here on MPWF War. As Oscuro on the top rope, waiting for Mac Natural to get to his feet here. And Oscuro up the top rope there with that double axe handle right to the back, and now straight to the back goes Oscuro. Said Oscuro was amazing wrestling in Mexico, coming up in the CWLL. Wrestled in Japan as well, did Phoenix Oscuro. And as I said, it's been impressive in the MPWF since joining in the Cruiserweight Classic in 2021 as he does moves like that. Moves like that is what sets Phoenix Oscuro apart from the rest of the roster to lead to his multiple Cruiserweight Championships. And again, that's what it's about in the MPWF. Winning belts, folks. Championships means more money, means more prestige, means more success. As Mac Natural going after Phoenix here. Now Mac Natural now throwing Phoenix Oscuro right into the steel steps. And you saw how Phoenix immediately grabbed the midsection there. Mac Natural could have broken a rib there on Phoenix Oscuro, throwing him into the steps like that. And now look at that, right into the barricade. And you see the awkward position and pain that Phoenix Oscuro was in. And that's exactly what Mac Natural needed here in this matchup. And this would be a huge victory for Mac Natural if he could pin Oscuro here on Underground. Like I said, the Underground is the proving grounds of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. So you come here to improve your careers. You come here to prove to the general managers that you have what it takes. That you could be featured on War and Annihilation. You could be featured in the top spots. You know, it's been talked about multiple times. Nobody joins wrestling, core wrestling, pro wrestling, whatever, to be a low-card guy. Everybody joins to be the world champion. And it all starts here. This is where you put the work in. As Oscuro now going to the top rope after changing the momentum of this matchup. And Oscuro up the top rope with the frog splash, but Mac Natural rolled out the way. And Mac Natural now going to use that power here and pop him over with that suplex. And Mac Natural going in the pinfall there. Forearm to the face, and Oscuro kicks out. Mac Natural not happy about it, but the official telling him that it is only a 2 count. Mac Natural would love to put this matchup away very quickly here. Look at him. Telling the fans that I'm the man. But if you want to be the man, you got to prove it. You got to beat the man Phoenix Oscuro here tonight. And Mac Natural there, those stomps on his face. So Mac Natural got all the talent in the world, folks. All the talent in the world. Look at that there. There's not very many men in the MPWF that have the power that Mac Natural does, but it's about putting it together. It's about getting them victories. And Mac Natural could do with a friend, but Honestly, because of his douchebag personality, he's turned away every friend he's ever had. It's a clothesline there to Oscuro, but Oscuro hangs on. And Oscuro there fighting back here, battling through that midsection injury. And Oscuro there with a clothesline drop in Mac Natural, and another clothesline there by Phoenix. And now, Phoenix back, trip taking down Mac Natural, and now he's trying to bring himself back into this matchup. And Oscuro now has Mac Natural, got the bigger man up, gonna go for a big move here, and there's a brain buster. A big time brain buster to Mac Natural as Phoenix hooking the leg here on Mac. 2, and I'll kick out there. Mac Natural just getting the shoulder up. And Phoenix Oscuro though, can't complain yet. It's got to stay on Mac Natural here. And if Oscuro can hit that double rotation moonsault or that gory special, that will be all she said and done. And what a suplex there. That might be it to Mac Natural. 2, and a kick out here. It's a hell of a matchup we're witnessing on MPWF Underground. Mac Natural having to crawl to the turnbuckle. Oscuro now bringing this audience here in the MPWF arena to their feet. And again, we'll just reiterate that on episode 14 of Underground, we will be live in Milan, Italy, in a sold-out arena, which is a massive opportunity for the wrestlers of MPWF Underground. As now Phoenix springboarded off the ropes, and now look at this DDT there to Mac Natural. And that's got to be it. That's got to be it. That beautiful DDT by Oscuro, and Natural gets the shoulder up here, and that one was a split second away from being over. And oh, he misses the elbow. And Mac Natural now went for that kick to the midsection. Oscuro though, catching the boot, spinning him around, and Oscuro now with that Hurricane Rana taking Mac Natural down to the floor. And now the Phoenix gonna go high risk for the double rotation moonsault, and he hits it. Oh my goodness, folks! Double rotation moonsault off the top rope, and the Phoenix soars tonight. Phoenix Oscuro gets himself right back on that winning board, right back in that winning column. That's exactly what he needed to do. Look at this here. That brain buster. Devastating maneuver right there. Could severely injure the brachial plexus, but that right there to finish it off with double rotation moonsault by Phoenix Oscuro. That is one hell of a maneuver and a hell of a victory for Phoenix Oscuro as he looks to rebound here in 2025. It's a big respect for the big man here, but we're going to take a look at what happened last episode between Cane Nite. Says he's going to cash in now, but wait a minute. And the Commonwealth. Speaking of Cane Nite, the big man taking out Dagger there with the kendo stick, and now the spine buster to Chucky. And don't forget, I didn't peek how fast Charlie Jean had escaped the ring. Cane Nite wants a piece of every single man in this matchup. Even though the crowd was on Charlie Jean's side because we were in Liverpool, England, Cane Nite had to fight against all 3 of these men, and he just lost the Underground Championship, and now Chucky in a world of trouble as Cane Nite has him up in for the spin-out powerbomb. Cane Nite, relentless Cane Nite going after the Commonwealth here tonight. Oh no, wait 1 second. Cane Nite throwing Chucky to the floor to his teammates. Cane Nite not going to allow any cash-in to happen here tonight. Look at the ferocity of Cane Nite, and he says, Charlie boy, you ain't cashing in nothing tonight. Cane Nite is going to make sure that the Commonwealth don't get one more up on him. And again, Charlie Jean able to escape. Chucky, the worst for wear. You see him slowly getting to his feet. A very intense situation here to start off MPWF Underground. And Knight says, the 3 of you screwed me last episode, and now we are not in your little country no more. Dagger, I'm going to make your little return short-lived and a failure. You see, because next episode I spoke to Quam, and I'm going to face both you and Dagger, and Chucky in a handicap match. And when I went on episode 14 live in Milan, Italy, I will get you, Chucky, inside a steel cage. Humongous announcement there by Cane Nite, folks. Humongous announcement. Our episode 14 shows are all taking place in different places. Mexico City for Raw, Paris, France for Annihilation, and Milan, Italy for Underground. Now what we might have is our main event. Cane Nite has to defeat the Commonwealth in a hand. So you saw the events that led to this matchup and led to these trials for Cane Nite here tonight, folks. Cane Nite looking to try and get back that MPWF Underground Championship that he had to fight in a 3-on-1 situation before WrestleMania against the Commonwealth. But Cane Nite has to win a handicap matchup against Dagger and Chucky here tonight. And if he wins in Milan, Italy on episode 14 of Underground, he will get Charlie Jean inside a steel cage. And again, folks, we're talking about previews. We got a lot of cage matches coming out here in the MPWF. We certainly taking that cage around with us. We got War Games taking place in Survivor Series. On Annihilation, we saw that incredible MPWF Championship cage match between Ricky Cash and Max Payne, where Cash tapped Max Payne out with the ankle lock. And we could be seeing a cage match here in the Underground next episode. Cane Nite, though, has to win this handicap match in order to pull it off. And it's not going to be easy. But the difference here is that Cane Nite is not battling a partisan crowd, a crowd that is 100% on the side of the Commonwealth, like we saw in Liverpool. But here we go. So Cane Nite, a big, powerful man himself. It's not going to be easy against MPWF veteran Dagger. And his tag team partner is he's a part of the Commonwealth with Chucky. Chucky and Charlie Jean will be very impressive since the World Wrestling Future. Charlie Jean not making his way to the ring with the Commonwealth, which is interesting. And that's something that we're going to have to watch out for. The Commonwealth are no strangers to breaking the rules, pulling punches. To not pulling punches, I should say, folks. It's late night. I keep mentioning it. On commentary. Underground is what's the word? An unrefined, not polished up. It's just straight action. This is just straight. Whatever's coming off the top of my head, whatever's coming out here on the microphone is exactly what you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fun time. It's a fun time is what MPWF Underground. Yeah, how fired up these men are for a handicap match. These men are fired up for a handicap match. But here we go. You want to talk about unrefined, unpolished? But how many of you right now have been trying to get rid of the cursor from the screen there? Well, the cursor is here in the footage, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's happening right now. It's Cane Nite there. Knock the cursor off the screen with that kick. The cursor's back. The cursor is back, but that's a Death Valley driver there to Charlie Jean. So to Chucky, sorry. So Charlie Jean not out here. It's Cane Nite now. Backbreaker in. Dagger on the top, on the apron. Oh my gosh, folks. I am having too much fun. I'm losing track of what's going on here. Cane Nite going right after these two men. And Chucky went high risk there. And now Cane Nite has Chucky up here in that powerbomb position. And this ain't going to be good for Chucky as he's now powerbomb there onto the announce table. So I'd like to reiterate, these two men helped cost Cane Nite the Underground Championship before WrestleMania. And we've been building back to Cane Nite trying to get back that Underground Championship ever since, ladies and gentlemen. And what a hell of a matchup that is. I honestly believe that matchup between him and Charlie Jean was the best matchup outside of what we might see here tonight. The best matchup on Underground in 2024. That matchup for the Underground title in Extreme Rules was incredible. That's now whipping him off the rope, and now double team move there, and that is something Cane Nite has to be worried about, is that he is here against these two men by himself, no one on his side. I know that's how Cane Nite would like it, but the realism will set in when you find out that Dagger and Chucky are incredible in the ring, and beating one of them in a singles match is tough enough. But Dagger, who again has been mentoring the Commonwealth since being back here in the MPWF, really hasn't been about himself since being in the MPWF as Dagger. And again, some people would say that, Dagger hasn't been out here putting himself in the forefront, and that's not what this part of his career is for. Dagger is here to help those two men out, and he needs to help himself out. And so, Father, can you hear me? I got suplex from the sky, and Cane Nite's dragged me with a deadlift powerbomb. Oh my goodness, as Cane Nite goes for the cover here on Dagger. 2, and kick out there, ladies and gentlemen. Tell you how do you know that DJ Johnny Feelgood has joined fatherhood when he is matching commentary to Frozen? I'll tell you that right now, folks. And now he sends Dagger to the buckle. And oh, Dagger fights back with a boot to the face. And oh my goodness. You saw the impact there on that crossbody, folks. Crossbody block will never fail you. And now Chucky, what an overhand right hand and a kick to the face there. Chucky, the high flyer from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, is a low-key, very underrated wrestler here in the MPWF. As there is a swanton off the top rope as Chucky hooks a leg here on Cane Nite. 2, and Cane Nite gets the shoulder up. And a beautiful shooting star press there. They said sometimes in wrestling companies you have some guys that go unnoticed and their talent isn't appreciated, and I believe that Chucky is one of those guys, folks. As he now throws Cane Nite, and now double super kick here to Cane Nite. And again, I don't know how this is going to work out for Cane Nite. This is looking real difficult to move on and compete here against Charlie Jean in that cage match next episode. On paper, it sounds doable, but in reality, look at how on top the Commonwealth are in this handicap match. It's Dagger now sending Cane Nite to the floor, and Cane Nite, they're trying to stop the landing, but Dagger now waiting for him to get to his feet. Crowd here booing Dagger in the MPWF arena. Dagger through the ropes with a suicide dive, and he sends Cane Nite into the barricade. Again, I don't care how much fight you got. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. The Commonwealth are working like a well-oiled machine here. And now Chucky can go high risk, and no! Cane Nite moved out the way, and Chucky with a terrible landing to the floor. And now Cane Nite gonna fight back where he can there, smashing Chucky on the barricade and throwing him back inside the ring. And that was the opening that Cane Nite needed here in this matchup. And now look at that right hand and a left here by Cane Nite and a headbutt. Anything that he could do. Former hardcore champion, former underground champion, and a shooting star press there from standing by Cane Nite. And Nite now suplex backbreaker. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a move that was. 2, and Chucky just gets the shoulder up. Cane Nite needed the victory there, folks. He needed that 3 count whilst Dagger was down, but Cane Nite, though, like I said, he ain't gonna quit. He ain't gonna stop fighting. A boot right to the face there of Chucky. Trying to knock that man's teeth out. Just picking Chucky up now. Cane Nite sending him into the buckle once again. And now, wait a minute, what's he going for here? Another suplex, and what a slam there by Cane Nite. And now Chucky making the tag here. And now Dagger coming in. Cane Nite was getting this crowd on his side. And once again, the numbers game affecting Cane Nite here in this situation. And now Dagger on the top rope. The veteran measuring Cane Nite. Watching him here and up the top rope. And no, he went for the double axe handle and missed. And now Cane Nite has Dagger up. And he's going to go for that switch rotation powerbomb, and he hits it. Cane Nite with that switch rotation powerbomb. And now, oh my goodness. Cane Nite continuing to fight here. And now throwing Chucky inside the ring. And Cane Nite saying, I'm going to beat all of you at once. I'm going to beat all of you at once. And wait a minute here. Dagger just pulled a chair out from underneath the ring. We're at a 7 count. 8 count. Cane Nite now. Oh my goodness, with that rib breaker to Chucky. And now Dagger, oh my gosh, he just hits him with a steel chair, and the referee having no choice but to cause a disqualification here. And now going after that leg that the Commonwealth have done before. And now look at who's sliding in the ring. I didn't even see him arriving, and there's Charlie Jean. Well, I guess the cage match is on. I guess the cage match is on. The Commonwealth, though, going to make sure that Cane Nite doesn't make it to the cage match. And oh my God, a Phoenix Star splash there by Chucky. And this is a gang beat down here to Cane Nite. Oh my goodness. And look at Cane Nite trying to roll to the ring to create some separation. The Commonwealth are punishing him here tonight. And Dagger barking orders to Charlie Jean and Chucky with that chair in his hand. And oh man. Oh, not another chair shot there. This is going too far, folks. This is going too far here on the Underground. And now what's this? And now Charlie Jean says, Kane, all of this is on you. You told us that we were a joke and that we couldn't stop you. I proved you wrong in the greatest city on earth, Liverpool, where you never walk alone. I took your Underground title and then you cost me my cash in last episode. You wrestled this match thinking I didn't already plan on facing you next episode. I just wanted to punish you further. I'm not afraid of you, and I'll beat you inside the steel cage. So folks, this was a setup by Charlie Jean all along. He was already going to compete in the cage match. And he says, but Kane, listen here, mate. This isn't going to be a regular cage match. Back home when we wanted to deal with people, we would fight in our ends inside the cage. But the cage will be wrapped in barbed wire at the top and have all kinds of weapons that as soon as your hand touches it, it splits open. What I'm talking about is the scrap trap cage. No one gets in, no one gets out. Next episode will be the last time you see the Underground Championship. So Charlie Jean has upped the ante, folks. It is going to be a scrap trap cage match. And another chair shot there by Dagger. A scrap trap cage in Milan, Italy. And now, going back to the Achilles, the original injury the Commonwealth put on Cane Nite. But you heard it from Charlie Jean. No one's going to be able to get in. No one's going to be able to get out. It is just going to be Charlie Jean and Cane Nite. Charlie Jean is not going to have his buddies to come out there and save him. There's going to be weapons and barbed wire all along the top of the cage. If Charlie Jean wants to prove himself for real, next episode is going to be the time. And now Charlie Jean is going to be going for the Champagne Supernova and he hits it, taking out Cane Nite as this mugging continues here. And oh my gosh, Dagger wants the last word here with a chair shot. Chucky with a quick strike in here. And now look at this. This is crazy, folks. Well, they certainly sent a message to Cane Nite here tonight on MPWF Underground, folks. But the main event of episode 14 will be for that right there, the Underground Championship, as Charlie Jean tries to intimidate an official. It will be a scrap trap cage. Charlie Jean defense against Cane Nite. Their final encounter, who will walk away as the MPWF Underground Champion. Folks, we're going to be heading for another break, and when we return, we will have our next matchup, which will be Reese versus Greg James, and soon after that will be our main event of the evening for the MPWF World Tag Team Championships in no disqualification.
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah, turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, any up, I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah, I'm talking all bite, no bark, I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up?
Welcome back to Underground, folks, and we are not here for our next matchup, as we are backstage with KK Quam and the Young Ones. And Young Mike says, Quam, you don't have to worry about a thing. This has been a long time coming for the Beautiful Angels, and especially after what they did to you, anything goes, and we're going to take full advantage. We're ready for our main event tonight, no disqualification, for the MPWF World Tag Team titles to end 2025, ladies and gentlemen. And we saw the footage earlier of what happened to KK Quam on Annihilation, and Christian Paul says they don't deserve those belts, and we're going to make sure they ask to be fired after what we're done with them tonight. Man, the Young Ones have wanted to get their hands fully on the Beautiful Angels for a while as well. And KK Cram says, the time for me not being biased has gone out the window. I hope you beat the hell out of those two ungrateful, spoiled pieces of you-know-what. KK Cram saying it like it is, folks. The general manager saying it like it is. He wants to finish off the Beautiful Angels. Again, they put their hands on him. They put their hands on him on MPWF Annihilation. But we jump back to the MPWF Fourth round here before our main event. And here comes the righteous Greg James. Greg James has been upset with his former partner Reese Bobby after they lost the CAW World Tag Team titles. And more importantly, Greg James was in that cage match. Here comes the cage matches again. And Reese Bobby left him high and dry inside the cage. And Greg James is not happy about it at all, folks. And he is looking to get his retribution when he got some of it when he attacked Reese Bobby in Liverpool after Reese Bobby again went to apologize. Reese Bobby went to say, you know what? The way I've been doing things here in the MPWF has been wrong all this time. I've led you astray. I've led you down the wrong path. But Greg James is hearing none of it. And that's what has led to this matchup here tonight in our semi-main event for MPWF Underground. And again, I think we got a pop here for Reese Bobby because of the old theme music. The old Aces and Eights are back. Here comes the Tennessee Warrior himself, Reese Bobby. And again, Reese Bobby, especially in that interview last episode, heartfelt, talking about where his career has gone, what he's done. Reese Bobby used to be in the ring mixing up with Ricky Cash, Sean Stevens, Lethal Mathematics, Hector Rodriguez. Reese Bobby has never reached the heights of them. And again, he used to blame it because of it's very difficult for technical wrestlers who get this thing that gets thrown at technical wrestlers where they have no character. So they can't succeed in wrestling. So then they become like Reese Bobby. They bend the rules. They don't do the right thing where it's like they're technical wrestlers. You know what? How to be successful in wrestling? By getting the W. And I think Reese Bobby realizes that's what he needed to focus his career on. And he tried to teach Greg James, who's another person who people would say Greg James has no personality. Greg James is just a great wrestler. Well, that's the friggin' sport we're in, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the sport of core wrestling. So it's about, at some point, being the best wrestler on the planet. So if Greg James can put his head down and get the victories, it don't matter. Again, it don't matter if people pay tickets to see him. He's out here trying to be the best. That's what it's all about for him, is winning the championships, winning those accolades. But Reese Bobby believes he went around it the wrong way. Think about it, the fact that Reese Bobby and Tyler Fell no longer talk to each other because of Reese Bobby's actions, because of the way Reese Bobby used to behave. And him and Tyler Fell were close as a part of the Outlaws. Reese Bobby is trying to repent, if you will, trying to show remorse. Is something I never thought we'd see from Reese Bobby. Reese Bobby used to do some wild stuff back in the day, stuff that we can't even mention. And stuff I can't even direct you to because we'd be canceled for it. But he don't want Greg James to fall down that path. So he whips Greg James into the ropes. Greg James jumping over him, and now Reese Bobby backdrop there to Greg James. So Greg James feels like he's gone backwards in his career. Finally, the show that used to be in the place of MPWF Underground was MPWF Metal, and Greg James was a stalwart on that show. Was very impressive, but didn't always make it on the main MPWF show. And Greg James upset about competing here on Underground. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. This is the proving grounds. This is where you show your mettle. But Greg James wants more. He wants championships. He wants glory. He wants success. So he now beats away here at Reese Bobby with those elbows. He said just like in the UFC, 12-6 is becoming legalized in mixed martial arts here in 2025, which is crazy. We're gonna see some. Thought you saw some nasty injuries in mixed martial arts before. There's gonna be even worse ones now. As Greg James now has Reese Bobby and springboard Falcon Arrow there. Nice move there by Reese Bobby, and now sticking that forearm. Sorry, by Greg James, sticking that forearm right to the face of Reese Bobby. These men formerly the Righteous, formerly the CAW World Tag Team Champions. And again, I said wrestling is you know, if you can find a true friend in wrestling, it's great, but it is really hard. Wrestling is definitely an individual sport, and that's what these two men are going through here right now. Greg James picks Reese Bobby back up. Got that collar elbow tie, but now throws Reese Bobby into the buckle hard. And Reese Bobby rolling to the ropes, having to use that veteran instinct. As now Greg James not going to wear that on. Greg James, like I said, more focused, more vicious than we've seen him here in a long time. Greg James was in a bit of those shenanigans when he was with Reese Bobby and Mason Gray and Mac Natural, but he is wrestling a perfect matchup here against Reese Bobby. And Reese Bobby having to try and change that leverage here, and he does, rolling out. And both men colliding into each other. And now Reese Bobby goes for a submission of his own here. And now look at this here, a modified version of the Cobra Clutch on Greg James. And Greg James, like I said, even if you tapped out, you might not be able to hear it the way he's got his arms wrapped up. But an elbow fighting back here. Just Greg James. And now James, wait a second, he's got Reese Bobby up here in that Tiger Powerbomb position and no switch into a suplex. What a move that was there by Greg James. He goes for the cover and that kick out there. Greg James can't freak out. Greg James cannot freak out now. That's what he's doing. He's got to stay on top of his man. As James now sends Reese Bobby back into the ropes and went overzealous. Went face first into the buckle and elbow there by Reese Bobby. As Bobby fights back, ducks under that clothesline. And go for another backdrop here on Greg James and he hits it. And now Reese Bobby got Greg James up at a spine buster there. Big impact there by Reese Bobby floating into the cover here on Greg James. Just a 2 count there. Reese Bobby now going to the outside of the ring. Greg James following here. Reese Bobby now pulling him outside. And Reese Bobby again ain't going to be afraid to break the rules, folks. I mean, he's been doing his entire career. Why would he stop now as he dives on top of Greg James? And now this crowd here showing the appreciation of Reese Bobby. Reese Bobby's a man that's really never been cheered by the MPWF fans, only when he returns. But like I said, Reese Bobby has not been a nice individual. And that's why I said he's trying to seek penance, to repent for his sins in his career. And now he's gone for that back suplex on the back of his head there. There's Reese Bobby to Greg James and a kick out there at the last second. What a matchup this is here in our semi-main event of MPWF Underground, and a knee to the face there by Reese Bobby to Greg James. And now Bobby sends James into the buckle. Clothesline. And Reese Bobby now coming out here and another clothesline dropping down Greg James. This time in the back of his head. And Greg James has not found a way to stop the offense of Reese Bobby so far in this match. And now reversal there. And now, that might be the momentum changer right there. That German suplex on the back of Reese Bobby's head. And Reese Bobby not able to get the full shoulder up. And that was a bad landing there, that suplex. Greg James now sending Reese Bobby into the buckle, and this time he hits that spear in the corner, and then the overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And now Greg James on the top rope. Reese Bobby is down. Greg James going to go high risk, a place he's not too familiar with, and it didn't pay off for him here. What a back-and-forth matchup this is here on MPWF Underground, and a T-bone suplex there by Reese Bobby. But Reese Bobby not able to get the cover, and Greg James smartly rolling towards the ropes. Reese Bobby has won many a matchup with that T-bone suplex. And now, Greg James there with the shoulder to the midsection of Reese Bobby. And James now has Reese Bobby up with that suplex and switched it to the cutter out of nowhere, and that's it. That's gotta be it. Look at how impressive that move was by Greg James, and he gets the win. That is a hell of a move. Greg James whipping out some big moves in this matchup, and the crowd actually showing appreciation. Look at that. Suplex into the cutter, switching it the last second, and Reese Bobby did not see that coming. What a victory here for Greg James tonight. And a massive win for the Righteous here tonight. And like I said, Greg James, he's got to prove that technical wrestling still wins. It doesn't matter about having the most fanciest coat. having the most fanciest charisma. It's about getting the job done. And wait a damn second here. Oh wait, Greg James going after Reese Bobby. You get it? Oh no! Greg James just German suplexed Reese Bobby on the apron. And now, oh my God. What an assault here after this matchup by Greg James. Did you see the way Reese Bobby's neck just snapped there on the apron? And Reese Bobby has been taken out, and Greg James, who was getting respect from this MPWF fans, absolutely lost it with that there. And now look at this, Harry Prince asking Greg, I need to get a word from you. I have officially reported you may have just ended Reese Bobby, a man who took you under his wing, a man that is currently trying to not let you make the same mistakes he did. Did you not hear anything he said? Greg James with a vicious assault after the matchup, after wrestling a perfect match against Reese Bobby. And Greg James says, I don't give a damn what Reese or anybody else has to say. I've been stuck in the same position for far too long, and I hurt people. That's what my God's given gift was. I get paid to hurt people, and that's what I'm going to do. Wrestling has always been about who's the best wrestler. Forget gimmicks, fancy jackets, cool catchphrases. It's about hurting people inside the squared circle, and I'm going to hurt and hurt until I get what I want, and I want it all, because that is the righteous way. My goodness, folks. So it's still to come here on main event, but we have EMTs checking on Reese Bobby right now. The way his neck snapped on that apron was disturbing, folks. But on main event for the MPWF World Tag Team Champions, it will be the Young Ones versus the Beautiful Angels in a no disqualification matchup coming up next, folks. But before that happens, we're going to quickly run through the matches for MPWF Survivor Series. We heard earlier tonight, Romeo will take on CJ Parker. Carmella Carmichael will challenge Yoshiharu Atari for the CAW Women's World Championship. Lamar Goldman will face Chris Champ in a rematch for the MPWF North American title. As well as we have a Survivor Series, traditional Survivor Series matchup with the women of the MPWF Annihilation brand. Klaus and Ortiz will battle each other in the ideologies of Team Bloodshed. Antonio Goldman, the legend, returns and will face Kivo in singles action, as well as Ryan Sparks and Jamie Emo will face each other in their second matchup at Survivor Series. For the CAW World title, Zeus will face Jane Carter, who won the title at WrestleMania, and our main event, War Games, Toshihiro, Max Payne, Mason Gray, and Thanatos versus Dr. S Jr., Sean Stevens, Christopher Eagle, and Ricky Cash. Oh my God, how does Excalibur do it, ladies and gentlemen? That is MPWF Survivor Series, and up next is your main event for the tag team titles. But hang on a second, there is Phoenix Oscuro. Wait a minute. And Oscuro saying, how can I help you, miss? Who is he talking to? Oh, Sakura Furukawa. This Jezebel. What on earth does she want? And she's speaking a little Spanish. And she says, yes, I speak Spanish as well, Phoenix. How about you step into my office? I can show you what I'm talking about. Just the two of us, just business. What the hell is this all about? Folks, I don't know what the meaning of this is. Sakura Furukawa speaking to Phoenix Oscuro. Folks, I don't know what this is, but Sakura Furukawa is the matron of the leader of the generation of scum, as you can see it there on her chest. I don't know what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. But it is now time for our main event of the evening. The matchup we've all been waiting for. No disqualification. A massive opportunity for the MPWF World Tag Team Championships. And introducing first, the Young Ones. Young Mike and Christian Paul, legends of the core wrestling game. The former MPWF World Tag Team Champions. They didn't even get pinned to lose the titles at WrestleMania Buy-In Show. It was a three-way dance matchup. Triple threat match. And as mentioned before, Jason Holiday got the pinfall on Helios Christ, meaning the Young Ones lost the tag titles without even losing that matchup. And then they faced the Beautiful Angels on Annihilation episode 12 in a rematch. And the Beautiful Angels purposely won that matchup by countout. And that's why we have this no disqualification matchup here tonight. No one can get themselves counted out. No one can get themselves disqualified. We're going to find out who is the top team on MPWF Annihilation, and what a main event, what a way to close Underground for the year, and how successful has Underground been, ladies and gentlemen. And you heard their arrogance earlier. The MPWF World Tag Team Champions. The men who believe that they are being held down, that they've done this all themselves, that no one has ever helped them out. Jason Holiday and beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle. Well, again, like I said, this is their time to prove it. This is a big opportunity. They might think that this is the jobber show and that they shouldn't be here. But this is the big time, folks. MPWF Underground is the big time. We talked about this is the proving ground. The general managers are watching, both KK Graham and Brian Adams. And these four men can put on a show here, can steal the show, and have the general managers go, there's no way I could miss having these guys on World Annihilation or on Click Reviews here in the MPWF. And not to mention that, you better stop complaining and whining, because your tag team titles are on the line here in the main event. So if you want to keep them beautiful tag team titles and belts around your waist, you better shut up, nut up, and get this fight going on and beat the young ones here. So that's what it's all about. Main event time for the MPWF World Tag Team Championships. And like I said, we usually wouldn't have a matchup of this magnitude, this level here on MPWF Underground, but it's the final Underground of the year, and we're going out with a bang, folks. We want the MPWF fans to sit here and go, the MPWF is incredible, Underground's incredible, let's go. And the young ones gonna have mad respect from the MPWF fans. And the Beautiful Angels won't. Again, we know what kind of men the Beautiful Angels are. Attacking a senior citizen in the general manager, KK Clam. Because they're upset with how they've been treated on Annihilation, which is insane. So you don't hear no complaints from the young ones who competed at WrestleMania in the MPWF, DWF WrestleMania, Conspiracy. They've been to the biggest shows, Core Champions League, if I got that right, to the biggest shows ever. And they're not being upset here at the MPWF Arena. And now young Mike sending Jason Holiday to the ropes and now getting with that DDT here. And I was talking about that. It didn't lost on me that he knocked Christian Paul off the apron to Jason Holiday. And now look at this here. Oh my goodness. Sunset flip powerbomb to beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle right off the bat, folks. Right off the bat. Main event time. I said it before, it's not up for shut-up time, ladies and gentlemen. As now young Mike going underneath the ring there for the first weapon of this matchup. And unfortunately for young Mike, he's on the wrong side of the ring. He is on the side of the Beautiful Angels. And he's going to have to watch out for that. Christian Paul holding the ring rope here, asking his cousin for the tag. And now Jason Holiday with the steel chair. And Jason Holiday going to draw first blood with the weapon here tonight as he beats down on young Mike. But young Mike, though, rolling out the way, absorbing the pain and fighting back here. And now young Mike sending Jason Holiday into the buckle. And now makes the tag to Christian Paul. And now off the ropes goes Jason Holiday. Double drop kick there by the young ones. And Holiday wanted to make the tag, but Christian Paul knocking beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle off the apron. And now Holiday coming in with a clothesline, and he drops Christian Paul. Again, let's not forget the fact that the Beautiful Angels took out Christian Paul a couple episodes ago. And right there, Christian Paul was trying to take out Jason Holiday, trying to adversely affect his sexual drive there with that shot, taking him on the ropes. As he goes for the cover, two, and a kick out there by Jason Holiday. And now Paul, as Holiday sends him to the bucket. And went for that big knife edge chop, but Jason Holiday moving out the way. And now sends him into the buckle here. And Harley makes the tag. And in comes back beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle. What a kick to the midsection. And now Bobby Martin Kyle, what's he going for here? Oh my goodness. Pump handle drop. Shades of Road Dogg Jesse James. It's beautiful Bobby Martin Kyle putting that chair there in the ropes. Getting no disqualification, anything goes, there's no rope break. As Christian Paul goes face first into the steel chair. And Bobby Martin Kyle go for the cover here. And Christian Paul kick it out right away here to show he's still got fight in this matchup, but dropped immediately by Bobby Martin Kyle. Like I said, I've said it ad nauseum at this point. I was like, there's a roll up here. As we could just be sick. Don't gotta worry about the nauseum. But I've said it before. The Beautiful Angels. Unbelievable in the ring, but their attitudes absolutely stink, and nobody wants to be around them whilst they're like this. As now goes for that top hammer drop again, does Bobby Martin Kyle, and in comes Jason Holiday one more time. Christian Paul needs to make the tag, but it's stopped. And now working out that leg, does Jason Holiday, cutting the ring in half. Beautiful tag team wrestling we are seeing here by the Beautiful Angels, and now Jason Holiday with that dive taking down Christian Paul. Now what's he doing here? Oh, he's got that kendo stick. Some people call it a Singapore cane. Now Harley off the apron, and Christian Paul though fights back with a punch to the midsection here. And now Paul sent him face first there on the announce table. You want me to move the table? You can see Jason Holiday get hit face first on the announce table. So you heard it even for CAW. There's no bias anymore, right? You guys brought this on yourselves when you attacked me backstage. As Holiday throws Christian Paul back inside the ring. And now makes the tag back to Bobby Martin Kyle. And now makes the tag, and in comes Young Mike. Young Mike now back inside the ring. The young ones here trying to become two-time MPWF World Tag Team Champions. And that clothesline sends Bobby Martin Kyle all the way to the floor. And now dive, DDT there by Young Mike. Young Mike increasing the octave of the fans in this arena. Loving the action, loving the young ones. And now Young Mike throws Bobby Martin Kyle back into the barricade. And now knocking Jason Holiday off the ropes. Young Mike now in control here. And it's smart to see the momentum go down. Changing the pace. And now the young ones are back in control. So Young Mike's a veteran of the sport. He knows exactly what he's doing. And oh my gosh, what a shot there to the head with the kendo stick. And now going for the cover. Does Young Mike. Two. And a kick out there by Bobby Martin Kyle. And now watch Young Mike going for that arm there, Bobby Martin Kyle. And Young Mike now sends Bobby Martin Kyle into the buckle. Young Mike is going to use some innovative offense, and I mean, it wasn't innovative, it was a kick to the face, folks. And sometimes, I was about to say it's good to have innovative offense, and sometimes you just got to punch a mama jammer in the face. Or kick a mama jammer in the face, and that's what Young Mike did. But in comes Jason Holiday, and Holiday there with a clothesline. And now knocks Christian Paul back off the apron. And now the biracial angel there with a DDT to Young Mike. Oh, Captain Lightskin himself. And now Jason Holiday. What's he going for here? He has Young Mike up, and now, oh my goodness. A devastating powerbomb into the corner. And I'm not sure what happened there, but Jason Holiday let go of the cover. Young Mike though blocked that drop kick. And now, wait a minute, Young Mike fired back with those punches. And wait a second, wide me, dive me, 619 me. Young Mike with the 619. And a springboard West Coast drop there by Young Mike with the cover here. And a kick out there. A breakup by Bobby Martin Kyle. This is your main event for the MPWF World Tag Team Championships from the Annihilation brand. These two teams going at it. The Young Ones and the Beautiful Angels. But a strike there by Bobby Martin Kyle. And Young Mike knocked Bobby Martin Kyle off the apron. And now, oh, too much time. Too much time. And Jason Holiday now knocking Christian Paul back off the apron. Young Mike though, not going to quit, going right back off to Jason Holiday. And Holiday fights him back with a straight shot, and a drop kick knocking him to the floor. And wait a minute, Jason Holiday could be looking for the money shot off the top rope here, and if he hits this, it'll be all. She said it, Donnie, no! Young Mike moves out the way. No money shot for Jason Holiday. And now Young Mike, went for the dive off the top. Jason Holiday saw it coming. And now Holiday sending Young Mike into the bucket. And now makes the tag, and in comes Bobby Martin Kyle. And what is this here? What on earth is this here they got going on? And wait a minute! Oh my goodness! And that's the innovative offense I was talking about. And Young Mike wisely breaking that up. That's the innovative offense I was talking about. Oh my word. We need a name for that move there by the Beautiful Angels. And wait a minute, Bobby Martin Kyle with a DDT to Christian Poor on the apron. And a dive there by Young Mike, folks. This one's breaking down. This main event is capitulating as we speak, folks. As we speak. And now, wait a minute, work clothesline there by Bobby Martin Kyle dropping down Young Mike. And now, Christian Paul face first onto the apron. And Bobby Martin Kyle throwing Young Mike back in here. So this has been a hell of a tag team matchup. If you say it's just the attitude of the Beautiful Angels. This has been picture perfect wrestling on a picture perfect Spanish fly out of nowhere by Young Mike. And Young Mike down off the top rope, and a big double foot stomp. Big double foot stomp. Christian Paul in now. And Christian Paul could be looking for the Unprettier or the kill switch. You can take it the way you see it, have it the way you want it. And the Unprettier on the table by Christian Paul and Bobby Martin Kyle to become the new tag team champions in North. Jason Holiday breaking it up with Christian Paul now. Going right after the biracial angel, but no, he's going to set up that table. What a main event, folks, this is here for the MPWF World Tag Team Championships. Christian Paul set up that table. Our final matchup here for the MPWF in 2025. As Christian Paul now sends Bobby Martin Kyle to the table, so. And elbow there by Bobby Martin Kyle. And now Bobby Martin Kyle sends Christian Paul to the turnbuckle, and in comes Jason Holiday once again. And kick to the midsection. And now Holiday now, what a final cut suplex there. Like I said for Holiday, KK Cram has tried to put Holiday in the positions that he wants to be. So Jason Holiday was in the Elimination Chamber match. He's faced both Lethal, Jamie Emo, the likes, and it hasn't been successful for him. At some point, you have to look in the mirror. There's the body shot. Go off the top turnbuckle, through the table, and Christian Paul is finished and knocks Young Mike off the apron. And I think that they have just beaten the Young Ones here with the cover to Christian Paul. Christian Paul just got the shoulder up and listen to this crowd here in the MPWF Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Christian Paul barely got the shoulder up, and you can see the effects here. This is an incredible main event for the MPWF Tag Team titles, and Holiday now this time reversing towards the outside of the ring. And Christian Paul now knocking Bobby Martin Kyle off the apron, and Christian Paul now goes for a leg drop. And wait a minute, Jason Holiday's leaving. Jason Holiday is leaving. And then KK Crab. KK Crab not going to let him leave. And Crab says, oh no you don't, Jason. This has been an excellent match and you're not running away from it. You're going to turn around, head back to that ring and face this boy lost like a man. And that's exactly what it has to be. That's exactly what it has to be. And Jason Holiday says, kiss my ass, Crown. Now get out of my way, I'm leaving. Jason Holiday, despicable, saying that he is leaving. And he's going to walk out here with the tag team titles. And Crab just dropped him. Crab just stepped in the general manager. And KK Crab with the glory bomb. The glory bomb on Jason Holiday. KK Crab just stepped him. Crab just stepped in, folks. Oh my goodness. And Crab dragging Jason Holiday back to the ring. Insane scenes here in our main event. Holiday just took What a matchup. KK Graham just decked Jason Holiday. Holiday tried to leave. But Graham told him to face it like a man, and he didn't. And he got decked and thrown into the ring. And there you have it, folks. What a year it has been. 2024 has been incredible to the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, and it ends with new tag team champions for the second time, the Young Ones. MPWF World Tag Team Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dwayne James Johnny Fieldford, and I'm signing out. We have something special for you on Christmas, so make sure you tune in. But for the meantime and in between time, good night, folks, and I will see you in 2025.